Hello, friends. Well, we're at the end of the big game. This is the final one. This is Bugs versus Daffy. This is in 2001. This is the year when individual freedoms died, especially around September. So let's keep going. Yeah, still better than ESPN. So amazing. Something's happening. Is it muted? Hold on. It's been nothing but technical difficulty today, folks. Please bear with me. There we go. Bugs Bunny. So it makes sense to do Bugs and Daffy. Because, you know, what other iconic rivalry is there besides a rabbit and a duck hunted by a hunter with a list? Oh, look at this animation. Such great animation. It really is. It actually is a lot better than that other studio from Brazil.
Bugs versus Daffy.
Welcome, everybody, to the Cartoon Network Sports Big Game pregame show featuring the matchup between that westerly Bugs Bunny and his sometimes friend, sometimes foe, Daffy, always good to his mother duck. I'm Len Dawson. With me once again this year are my good friends Nick Bonacani, Jerry Glanville, and Chris Collinsworth. Joining us for the very first time, former NFL great quarterback Dan Marino.
Oh shit, they got Dan Marino.
Dan, being this is your first year with us on the Big Game
and it's going to be his last.
I have to ask you, what's your take on all of this?
Well, tell me, these are cartoons, right?
You're exactly right, yes.
Okay. And they're playing in the big game?
Hey, this guy's quick, isn't he? Yeah, better he is. Okay.
Yeah, Blake's a football player. He's not very smart.
Top that type of hype from the high-minded Dan Marino and all that insight, because I can barely express how thrilled I am about this year's matchup. Bugs and Daffy, these are two of the hardest-working players in the game today, or at least one of them in a duck. Yet they've been going out there and winning all season long.
Chris, I tell you, you touched on exactly what makes these two players great. They're part of the old guard. Toughing it out in the trenches, game after game, week after week, not making any excuses, not signing those big endorsement deals like Marino, not having their, not having their mugs plastered on every single back-to-school.
These guys were plastered, that's for sure.
But the bigger point is that in this climate of new characters that come with all their fancy packaging, I don't think anyone could have predicted that Bugs and Daffy would be here today.
I don't think anybody predicted that Dan Marino would be here today.
Me.
Fake Super Bowl having Looney Tunes
comments now, but that is exactly what I said would happen at the beginning of the season. And a classic matchup like this is exactly what the big game is all about.
If you want to see the rest of the season, just watch Looney Tunes cartoons.
Pitted against each other in a battle to end. Duck versus rabbit. Rabbit versus duck. It's a battle as old as time itself.
The only thing as old as time itself is how long it took to make that lousy speech.
Lousy speech.
Now, you see, I knew you would claim that you predicted this all along. That's why I saved a little tape back in September.
Could you imagine if there were kids
roll it now?
Write it down, fellas. Here's my pick for the Big Game 29. Thunder the Barbarian versus Scrappy Doo. And I'll stand by that pick to the end.
And you stood by it as long as Scrappy left it in the playoffs.
That's not my voice. I haven't seen lip sync that bad since Milli Vanilli.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought, girl, you know, it's true.
Kids are gonna know who that is.
Miss Bravo?
Oh, this commercial. Oh, yeah, they have fake commercials
too. That? Can I give you a hand? No thanks, dog. I'm a mole.
He's a molester.
Hey, how about a swig of that pop pooch? No, it's mine. Oh, yeah. It was mine.
He's a little butthurt because he stole his soda.
Hey, dog. Cash. I'm not a...
Got Depeche Mode here.
I like to go out of my head. I just can't get enough.
I just can't get enough. All the things you're doing to me.
And everything you said, even.
Oh, Snaggle
Can't
Fuzz.
get enough.
I just can't get enough. We slip and slide as we fall in the
Is Snaggle Fuzz think it's offensive today? I don't know.
I just can't get enough. I just can't get enough.
Welcome back to the big
Everybody
game
left. They're
pregame
like,
show.
fuck it.
As
I'm not getting
most
paid
of you
enough for this
probably
shit.
can guess,
Especially
one of the players
Dan
in
Marino.
today's big game is heavily favored to win. He's
actually going to
Groucho Marx,
enjoy his
part Karl
retirement,
Marx,
not
part
be on
Brer
his
Rabbit,
kid
part
show.
Jack Rabbit, part Killer Rabbit from that Monty Python movie. I'm talking, of course, about Bugs Bunny.
How many rabbits are self-made billionaires? Live on a
rabbits are
Beverly Hills
self-made
estate
billionaires.
and pal around with the likes of Hugh Hefner.
I didn't know that
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny's net
Athlete,
worth
star
was
of
in the
Agent
billion
Spring,
ranges.
Opera singer, inventor, military hero,
One of
comedian,
the highest paid
politician, and
tunes out there.
corporate ship. But it wasn't always so. Bugs Bunny was born in the heart of Manhattan. He was a sweet little rabbit, but one that quickly learned that a smile and a cute cotton
Yeah, he learned how to
were not
screw
enough
over
to
everybody.
survive in the back alleys of New York City. It was there that Bugs learned street smarts, acquired the New York attitude that has become his trademark.
He refers to everyone as
When he
Doc.
came of age, Bugs traveled the world in search of adventure, shunning the dull indignities of a day job. He chose to live by his wilds, taking shelter wherever he stopped, and nibbling on that always half-eaten carrot stowed away in his back pocket. Some say it was fate that brought Bugs to the Cartoon Network.
Others say it was an
Taking a
executive
wrong turn at
decision.
Albuquerque, was popped up in the
Cartoon
middle of the
Network
game
head
in
honchos.
Spain between a bull and a matador. To the surprise of fans and officials, Bugs bested them both.
There's
The
some cool
crowd was
shit.
fun. Bugs had at last found a way to do what he did best: outwit the slow-witted, and get paid for it handsomely.
Either Bugs was like the
Bugs
smartest
quickly established
motherfucker in the
himself
entire
as a player
Looney
with
Tunes
sense of
universe,
humor.
or everyone else
Appeared
is
to
just
be kind
dumb
to his
rocks.
opponents, offering them a kiss, or a haircut, or a friendly light, then leave them to defeat themselves. Bugs Bunny soon
Yeah, I don't think they
carved out a
could
winning
like
record second
replay
to
this
none.
nowadays because
He
it's got
broke
like the
new ground,
violence and the,
introducing the cross-dressing defense, the
it's got
pronoun
all the
reverse,
racial things,
rabbit
I'm
hole
sure.
formation, and he also coined the league's first catchphrase.
Yeah. What's up, Doc? What's up, Doc? What's
Every
up,
time
Doc?
he says that, he
What's
gets
up, Doc?
75 cents
Monsieur
and carrots.
Le Position?
This marketing coup would be emulated by athletes and Saturday Night Live characters for years to come.
Yes.
Not content just accepting sport, Bugs set his sights on other things.
Before
Acting,
Saturday Night
singing,
Live sucked.
long-distance advertising, and everything this Midas button
He used to be
touched
"What's up,
turned
Doc?"
to
Now I
gold.
just say
He
"What's
had
up,
moved
Don?"
from mere
and
athlete
Donald
to
Trump.
superstar,
But
to
they can't
American
anymore
icon.
because he's
In
not president, so I have to
1994,
find
Bugs was
somebody
the
else
first
to
living American
rip to
to be
shreds.
commemorated on a stamp. But not all is rosy for this buddy.
I think I had that
Bugs'
stamp
age
actually.
and a series of bad marriages may be taking their toll. And his sheer overexposure could result in the backlash sociologists
Yeah, a bunch of homophobes would be against that.
What's up, Doc?
For although America loves a winner, they also love to see a winner fall, and fall hard. To add to his troubles, Bugs has made some enemies hopping his way to the top. Elmer Fudd, Yosemite Sam, Blackjack Shellac, Morgan Martian, the Tasmanian Devil, Mojo Jojo.
I wish he was on
The
Looney
King of
Tunes.
England, these hillbillies, this red monster guy, and of course, Daffy Duck. With so many foes, long Canadian rabbits stay at the top of the heap. And Bugs
think-
his
no, I'm thinking of-
championship
I think I'm thinking of
another
either
year.
Mickey
Or
Mouse,
have his
but
lucky rabbits
I don't know if
gotten too
Bugs
many
Bunny fucked with Hitler too.
Will Daffy finally usurp Bugs'
There was a
throne?
Daffy Duck, not
Today
Daffy
we'll
Duck, Donald Duck,
But
the other
never the outcome
studio
of today's game.
that did that,
Bunny,
where
the little smart
Daffy was
aleck
pretty much a
from
Nazi.
will always receive top billing in our hearts.
This portion of the Big Game pregame show is sponsored by Brack Chews.
Brack
Chewy candy
shoes.
that you
Shit you
chew.
found on the
Brack
floor, probably.
Chews.
Knowing Brack. I love Brack,
Hey,
though.
everybody.
Look at me. I got my very own candy.
Love rack.
While Daffy Duck is practically a household name, when you stop to think about it, what do most of us really know about him? Well, he's cute, he's energetic, he's wanted in 17 states. So what then about the duck behind the duck behind the duck?
Duckception.
Good question.
You handsome duck, you. I kind of stand out in the crowd, don't I? Because this little black duck may be small, but I'm not a coward.
He's just an idiot.
Rogue. I may be a craven little coward, but I'm a greedy craven little coward.
Daffy Dumas Duck, born an orphan duck during the height of the Depression, or perhaps to the upper crust during the peak of the Renaissance.
How old is this
Something
motherfucker?
else altogether. The truth is that not much is known about Daffy Duck's early years. It's believed that he grew up fast, then worked his way through a series of odd jobs, probably
Like
because he
glory
was
hole service.
at any of them. Floor sweeper, salesman, amateur musician, tap dancer, sailor, game warden, film director, explosives expert, cavalry general, stat singer, toll keeper, superhero, reporter, detective, tour guide, matador,
Prostitute.
elbow, stripper, swami, artist, and dinner entree.
Member of ISIS.
He found the Cartoon Network League almost by accident. One lazy Sunday afternoon, he was smashing a casual acquaintance silly over the head. A scout noticed and
He's
told him
committing
he had
assault.
game. The next day, Daffy signed a 6-year contract that allowed him to hang up his broom forever, or at least cut back on hours. During those early years, Daffy often shared a room with teammate Porky Pig.
See, I told you he'd get around. Fucks around with Porky. He porks Porky the
The
pig.
Cartoon Network League was a perfect fit for Daffy's unorthodox style. He's dominated
see,
his
he's,
division, even if he has led
giving
every season.
Speedy Gonzalez a dirty Sanchez there.
Although it has been unfortunately marred by 2 blemishes. First, the accusations of womanizing. While
Accusations of
extremely frank on his
womanizing.
anti-female positions,
I'm a woman hater.
the evidence showed a much different story. For years, Daffy reportedly hopped from coop to coop to
He
pen,
committed a coup.
romancing ladies by the score, almost regardless
That's
of
funny.
species.
I love that duck.
Eventually, he settled down, raised a family, and put the rumors to rest. But the second blemish on Daffy's otherwise
I'm not gay.
career has been harder to erase.
He got
That
erased
is,
then.
his rivalry with Bugs Bunny. In meeting after meeting, the bunny has bested the duck. And while he's had a storybook career, Daffy now risks going down in the record books as the guy who couldn't win the big one. Will that change today? With the help of a legion of loyal fans and the support of his loving family,
He's got a cult
will
going on.
today be the day that
The Daffy Duck
Dumas
cult.
Duck rises above it all to finally put Bugs in his place.
Laffy Daffy Taffy.
But that's not going to stop him from trying.
Just
After all,
on speed.
that's why we play the big game.
Oh yeah, he put up Volkswagen. What was the word that they invented like back in the 70s and 60s?
If you will,
I
or
forgot.
if you ain't my baby. Maybe baby found somebody new. They know my baby is still my baby too.
This portion of the Big Game pregame show is sponsored by Brack Chews, the chewing
Brack
candy
Chews. I wonder if
that
it's
you chew.
chewing
Brack
tobacco.
Chews.
I can't find my shoes. Come to think of it, I can't find my legs either. Hey, if people know where my legs are, I don't
It
know
was
where
back
they
when
are.
Brack was
Ah!
exclusively on Adult Swim.
In a sport as complex as this, many aspects of the game can be taken for granted or even overlooked altogether. Field conditions, caliber of equipment, tipping refs, and such is
Tipping the
often the
refs,
good
yeah,
fashion.
bribing them.
So for a closer look at how uniforms affect the game, we go now to Cartoon Network's Fashion Stop.
To paraphrase the immortal words of ZZ Top, everybody's crazy about a sharp-dressed man. Words of wisdom that can also
I like
be
the other one when they talk about the pearl necklaces.
and nuts. And that's why players like Bugs and Daffy go the extra mile to make sure they look good at game time. Bugs is a traditionalist who opts for a classic rabbit fur,
Traditionalist,
gray
white.
with white accents,
Pretty racist.
including white gloves. Formal? Perhaps. But it's easy to see why guys like him multiply. Daffy, on the other hand, looks great in your basic black with a smart white collar. An extremely bold
That's not
and
even his
interesting
outfit.
choice. And strategically, Daffy knows that black looks less appetizing to hungry opponents.
Racist.
But what really separates these two players from the rest of the pack is their advanced fashion strategies. That is, their decision to cross-dress. Some critics have charged that this is an area where Daffy just doesn't measure up. For instance, here we see him preparing to do a canter. Look at what he's done.
Whoa, look at that crotch shot there.
I've seen better rugs on Burt Reynolds, although I'm not positive that he still cross-dresses. Ruggs, on the other hand, takes advantage of his versatility. In addition to looking absolutely fetching in this long skirt and blouse combo, Buggs shows his soft side with his seemingly magical ability to take on the appearance of a female bunny. I wouldn't be surprised if someday he finally went ahead and made the leap. As for today, look, both of these players
Darkwing
outfits early on.
Oh no, never mind.
They both know that the right ensemble can help you hit their opponent with the element of surprise and keep you off.
Yeah, no kid's gonna get the jokes that guy's talking about.
I'm Mary Cox.
When I grow up, I want to bound rocks in a
Oh yeah, Flintstones kid was fucking with Captain Caveman.
For being smart instead of a babe. Ride around in a van. Be second banana.
Smoke a lot of dope.
Barefoot in the kitchen. Yabba, 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 dabba, jinkies. When I grow up, I want to pass the same curtains in the same window, day after
child abuse commercials.
after day after day after day.
This portion of the Big Game pregame show is sponsored by Brack Chews, the chewy candy that you chew. Brack Chews.
Now I can taste
Candy. It tastes like a chicken if the chicken was a candy.
It's often said that behind
They
every
should make
great
an
man is a great
flavored
woman.
candy.
Behind every great player is a great coach. And behind Jerry Glanville is a pile of Nilla wafers this high.
Hey!
Hey! But
Oh,
back
'cause
to the
he's
coaches.
fat.
I'm joined now by the two coaches of this year's Big Game. Bugs Bunny's coach Dexter and Daffy's coach Mojo
Dexter.
Jojo. Gentlemen, thanks for
Serial
joining
killer.
us.
Hello.
Greetings, Christopher.
Mojo, Daffy's clearly the underdog in today's matchup. How does that affect your strategy?
Underdog? He is not an underdog. You're implying that victory is unlikely, doubtful, contrary to reasonable expectation. That is not the case.
You are stupid. Of course he is the underdog. Anyone who dares to compete against my rabbit is the underdog.
You're a rabbit.
I was speaking metaphorically, Chris Collinsworth. Something you would not understand, seeing as you
Oh,
do
he
not
just
even know how
bitch
to spell
slapped
your
you and
own
your
first
mother there,
name.
Chris.
Have you ever heard of the letter H?
Yes.
My genius brain developed an unstoppable strategy. It combines Vince Lombardi's power.
It's sad that the voice actress who did
by the
Dexter,
Britney
she also did the
Spears.
voice of
And
Chicky from the
the Hans
Rugrats.
Glory
She passed away.
and burn pillaging
That's
of
sad.
Europe. Bugs will illy burrow through Daffy's defense, scoring effortlessly past the stupid.
He's gonna score. You're gonna
It's true,
score.
burrowing has worked for Bugs in the past. How will Daffy handle that, Mojo?
Burrow. I hope Bugs Bunny does burrow so that he can take another wrong turn, just as he did in Albuquerque. Pismo Beach. Why was he
Yeah,
looking
it's
for
gotta
the
go
beach?
to white.
Long Beach is much nicer, or even Monterey. Then he could have gotten away from the smog. My point is that for too long, Daffy Duck has been living under the shadow of Bugs Bunny. Just as I, Mojo Jojo, have been living far too long under the shadow of those rat and Powerpuff Girls.
Okay, Mojo. I think we're getting a little off track here.
Yes, stop rambling, you stupid monkey.
Stupid monkey! Such insolence! My duck will
I don't
outfly
know
your
what
bunny,
is
outswim your bunny, and
Mojo's problem was. I think he had like a
outfly
severe
your
case of
bunny.
OCD
And
or
when we are
something.
done, you go crying back into your laboratory like the little dog baby that you are.
That's great trash talk, Mojo. But exactly how is Daffy going to do that?
With my top secret woohoo offense. Take a look.
What?
Does Roo have 2 O's or 3?
Dexter?
Wait, are you writing that down? You can't write that down. That is unfair. Bad sportsman. Foul play. Say that you are breaking the rules of sportsman's etiquette.
Oh, okay, gentlemen. That's all we've got time for right now.
It's one of their fake commercials. Can I just say, I know I'm gonna upset a lot of people. I never liked Scooby-Doo. I liked the Scooby-Doo Kids. That was okay. But like old 60s, 70s Scooby-Doo, I did not like. Just Coolville sucks. Oh, Lord. Oh, yeah. Freddy's at a rave. Oh. How come they always separate?
This portion
Freddy
of the
would
Big
always
Game
death.
pregame
I think
show
we all
is
know what
sponsored
happened.
by Brack Chews, the chewy candy that you chew. Brack
Can you think of
Chews.
something else? Come on.
If you look on the back, there might be a recipe or a coupon or something, but I'm not the one to ask because I don't look on the back. I tell other people look on the back.
I love the voice of Brack.
They, make cookies from it.
One of the most beloved rituals associated with the big game every year, other than the toilet papering of Nick Bonacondi's house, is tailgate party. And once again, this year, Cartoon Network Sports has sent correspondents out into the world to cover these raucous events. First reporting from Bugs Bunny's official celebration at the Planet Hollywood restaurant in Pismo Beach is Tom Clark.
Planet Hollywood. I remember Planet Hollywood.
Thanks, Len. I'm standing in one of the most sought-after locations in the world right now, the Bugs Bunny pregame gala. Hollywood has always embraced Bugs Bunny, and today is no different. The guest list reads like a dream episode of The Love
What are you
Boat.
saying? That he's
Just
one of
months
those
ago, I saw Ricky Martin, Steve Martin, and Martin
producers,
Lawrence
one of
going
those
in. Now expected
Weinsteins
to arrive
producers.
any minute are Leonardo DiCaprio, Sylvester the Cat, and Charo.
It sounds great, Tom, but wouldn't even more sought-after location be inside
nobody
the
would get
restaurant
that reference.
where you
No
could
child
actually
would get
talk to
that.
some of these folks?
That's a tricky situation, Len. You see, at this time, I can't actually get into the party itself, although I have
It's
staked
not
out
really
a
for
premium
Bugs Bunny, it's
location
just one of those-
right here on the
they just
sidewalk
decided to crash
in the
it.
path from the street to the door. Now, apparently they're operating under a very mysterious and strict system in which people going into the party are required to possess some sort of secretly encoded paper device.
Like an invitation.
I can't confirm that that's what they're calling it, but if that's the word you want to use.
Were you able to interview Ricky Martin or any other celebrities going in?
Celebrities that are no longer
In-depth
relevant.
interview per se, but I did get a rather nasty
Martin.
bruise
I'm
from
sure
one
in,
of
like,
Rosie O'Donnell's bodyguards.
South
Excuse me.
America, Central America.
What do you mean?
Oh, he's getting
wait,
attacked.
hold on.
Are you
Hold on,
right there,
wait.
Tom?
No. I'm okay. I'm fine. Just moving over to get better perspective on the music. Yes. Oh yeah, I can hear it clearly now. It's Elton John is on stage. Oh yeah, I believe he's playing Your Song or Little Genie. Yes, Little Genie. That's it. You know, it's always great to hear Elton perform live. Like I remember. Wait a minute. It might not be Elton at all. It could be Elton or Limp Bizkit. I'm gonna have to get to a position to tell you for sure. I think I saw an open window down the alley. I'll check it out and try to get back to you, Len. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Tom. Great job. Going now to the other official
job at doing
tailgate
nothing.
party, we take you from Planet Hollywood in Pismo Beach to a bowling alley in South Lansing, and our reporter on the scene, Chris Johnson. Chris?
Thanks,
Oh,
Lynn.
wow,
I'm here at Big
female.
Ben's Bolorama and Donut Shack, and as you can see, this place is hopping. Among the people attending today are friends, family, and several salesmen from Daffy's former employer, the Brush Company.
They're
This thing
drug
only
dealers.
just got going a little while ago, but it's been a heck of a party already. Take a look for yourself.
They're doing that Baha Man song that everybody played
Any celebrities
early
there?
2000s, like late 90s.
Well, yes, Lynn, I do have
That
someone
song
here
is
who
actually
claims
about
to be
ugly
Bugs
women,
Bunny. It's, however,
not
under
about
some
bugs.
debate.
Spoilers.
What's up, dude? Chris, this is not Bugs
They're
Bunny.
not singing about dogs.
Bugs Bunny's
They're
warming
singing
up for the
about
big
letting
game.
the dog
He wouldn't
out.
be
They're
here if he
singing
was
about
Bugs Bunny.
ugly
Yes,
women.
what about that?
I'm
Why
dead
are you
serious.
in a bowling
Look it
alley
up.
in South Lansing so very close to game time?
It's just my game ritual. I mean, the bowling is just good for the focus for me. And Big Ben, all you can eat donuts. It's just like, Ben, the donuts, thank you.
What about carrots?
Carrots.
This guy's really stoned out of his mind.
Don't do so well with carrots. Don't agree with me.
Chris, Bugs Bunny loves carrots. I mean, this person's obviously an imposter. He's stealing our lanes. He's stealing our limelight. I mean,
Stealing
it's
our
despicable what
lanes.
he's doing.
Stealing our lines.
It's despicable.
I thought I saw pretty tat.
Chris, that isn't even the right. That's not even the right phrase. I mean, come on, that's pathetic. I mean, we reserve these lanes. They're duck lanes, and he's taking them.
What about that, Bugs?
Well, these are actually rabbit lanes.
They're duck lanes.
Uh-oh.
These are rabbit
Here
lanes.
we go.
Duck lanes.
Is that a priest?
They're rabbit lanes.
Duck lanes.
Look, they're rabbit lanes, and that's fatal.
It's a priest sitting at a bowling alley.
You just
getting
gave the
turned.
lanes to Bugs.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
no, that's not what I meant. I meant
Classic.
but I heard the lanes.
Is that the AVG nerd? The angry video game nerd? AVG nerd.
You gonna be around?
We'll talk. Well, then that is the story here from Big Ben's Bowl Rum and Donut
That
Shack.
hair.
Back to you in the studio.
the
I'm
80s
Chris
hair.
Johnson.
Wow, a bowling alley and donut shack all in one. That's a slice of
Donut shack.
The big game is this away. The players are shooting up, being sure they hit their safety line.
Well, I hate those.
Well, Rudy or not, gentlemen, it's time to make our prediction. Jerry, who is it going to be?
I like Rudy. Call me crazy,
Rudy.
but he's a survivor. The Australian back is right territory. But as a former Navy SEAL,
Jerry.
Who the hell?
Rudy isn't even on Survivor this year.
He's not?
That was last year. And secondly, we're not talking about Survivor. This is
Oh,
the
they're
big
talking
game.
about another
Bugs
show.
versus Daffy. Who do you like?
in that case, it's Daffy all the way. Bugs doesn't stand a
This guy
chance.
always, like,
Pull out your
votes for the
Chinese
wrong
calendar,
person.
gentlemen. It's the year of the duck.
Sorry, Jerry, but I think maybe you had too much MSG because
Too
Bugs
much
has got this one in
MSG.
the
He
bag.
wanted to
I
say
don't
something
think so.
else.
Come
We all
on.
know.
Jerry,
but
granted, Daffy
still-
really is a
still
good
for
player. Don't get me
children
wrong. He'd
in
fare
some
well against
aspect.
Michigan J. Frog or an inch-eye private eye. But Bugs is a master, a Mozart. He is to the big game where Jordan is the basketball, or with DiMaggio is the
Space Jam
coffee.
reference, maybe.
Bugs just does not lose games like this. He's just too good and too smart. Or maybe it's those 4 wabbit feet that he keeps in his pocket. I don't know, but I think it's
Yeah,
all
Bugs
the
Bunny
way.
never
He's
gets
gonna need
fucked
those
up,
lucky
does he? He's
rabbits
always,
for
like,
today, Nick.
immune.
Let's look at 2 simple facts.
He might
First
get,
of
like,
all,
swindled every
Birds have
once in a
won the
while, but he
last
always
2
comes
big
back and
games.
just
Roadrunner
destroys
beat
whoever
Coyote
did it.
and Tweety beat Sylvester. So there's the bird advantage. Secondly, sure, Bugs has won a lot of games, but I think it's made him a little soft. So is the new guy going for the underdog? I'm tempted, but when it's all
Yes, sir,
said
he
and
did.
done,
He's
I
a-
still say smart. He's
What the
on
duck is
Bugs.
going on
So,
here?
Chris, what do you think?
Well, you
Welcome,
know, Lenny,
Aston
these are
Martin
2 really
Bond
fine
007.
competitors, and this is a tight game. Both players are agile, crafty, and go nicely over rice. And Dan's right. Can't get too cocky. He's got to watch that sense of direction. And Daffy, on the other hand, he's got to remember his fundamentals. If Bugs
Daffy's
says
gotta
duck
be,
season,
like,
you
you
say
know, make
rabbit
sure he's not a
season. And if
moron.
Bugs switches to rat season, don't you flip the duck season. If that happens, and it probably will,
See,
Bugs
Daffy, the
is
thing about
going
Daffy, he
to
never really
coast to
got
another
a
easy
character
win.
out of him. Yeah,
That's
he was
why
like
I'm
more
casting
than
my
like a
vote for
hothead.
Bugs.
You didn't really
Well,
know. He
once
wasn't
again,
exactly
Jerry
stupid.
stands alone.
hey, I don't
But
mind
at the same
standing
time,
alone.
sometimes
I
he
like
was
the
stupid,
Rangers.
sometimes he
You're more
wasn't,
like
sometimes he was like
Custer,
a
I would
genius.
say.
So
Well,
I
I'm
don't
afraid
know.
I can't be
Daffy
your
never really
top,
had
but
a
Jerry, I too believe in the
distinct
bunny. Now let's
characteristic
look
other
at
than,
the
you know,
tally.
getting shot in the
Okay, Nick,
face.
Dan, and me are for Bugs. And for Daffy, we've got Jerry Glanville.
You'll see. You'll see. I'll be king of the office pool.
If Daffy wins, Jerry, I'll tell you what, I'll wear a dress. How's that?
You heard that here. I'm counting on
He-
that.
He's gonna
Move
wear a
along right
dress,
here, 'cause I'm
not
real
because of the game, just
visualizing
because he
Nick
wants
in a
to.
dress. Good call, Dan. Best audible.
Well, they're not wearing
all
pants
day.
though.
Anyway, it's time to wrap up. So thank you for
Time to
watching the
wrap up.
game pregame show. We'll see you at halftime.
No, Acme actually got sued
Started
into
off with a
bankruptcy
bang with
from all their
explosive victories over Rocky and
faulty
Bugs,
products.
Cheap Puma, and Blackjack Shellac, followed by back-to-back shutouts.
They've been replaced by
against a dog,
GAC,
a rabbit,
which is
and
not
Rocky.
affiliated with Acme.
It wasn't until week 6 that Bugs was handed his flaws. He slipped up in a game against the Gremlin, losing 34-12.
Well,
and
you couldn't have
getting his
lost.
foot
Oh, he did
in
get
the
fucked up.
process.
He wouldn't have lost if he didn't feed him after midnight.
Was a washout due to
or
excessive
get it
rain,
wet.
giving Bugs time to rest and rebuild. And he came back with vengeance in the weeks that followed.
Yeah.
Giving Elmer
Took his anger and frustration out on a man with a stuttering problem.
This cowboy of all
and a pig with a stuttering problem too.
And when an opera singer won Pete Townsend on the rabbit with a banjo, Bud orchestrated a high.
Oh, I love that episode. That episode's classic.
Blue in the face. With this stunning string of wins, Bugs was headed for the playoffs. The first round found Bugs running up against top-ranked Tasmanian Devil. The Bugs expertly stopped Taz in his tracks. Round 2 brought more the same.
Oh, Yosemite Sam. They can't show his gun anymore.
An early lead to stay on top the rest of the game.
Because he's been canceled, apparently. Oh, it makes me very angry.
But Bugs showed no mercy, using brute bunny force to pummel Marvin. And
turned into the Incredible Bulk. It's the Bugs Bunny Hulk.
Rebuild from that. Maybe not. Now on his way to the big game, Bugs is the heavy favorite against longtime foe Daffy Duck. But Daffy is hungry, yearning to finish his Cinderella season with a.
Daffy is like on crack or something.
Will Bugs' season end like it began?
That was the cactus.
With a bang or with a whimper? Only time will tell.
While the season was practically a one-way ticket,
yeah, it's something like a broom or something on his head. I never got that.
As clear for Daffy Duck.
Coming off last year's devastating 3-13 season,
3-13,
use his off-season to rebuild. In the traditional
typical Cleveland Browns
season, 2 weeks prior to opening day, struggling to get into shape. When riding an imaginary bike proved fruitless, Daffy moved on to an actual treadmill and a series of other exercises.
Daffy could fly, though.
Daffy opened the season strong,
he never really
Elmer
does.
Fudd, with a hammering offense that Elmer never saw coming. He used a similar strategy in week 2 against a large man who clearly didn't want to be disturbed. Squeaking out of that game with
clearly didn't want to be disturbed. Getting knocked unconscious.
Week 3 brought more of the same, with Daffy pulling out a nail-biter against non-conference opponent
in the 24th and a half century or whatever.
Like Daffy might be on a roll until the injury. It was in a game against former CNL teammate Porky Pig.
CNL.
With a comfortable lead, Daffy suddenly took a nasty fall out of a hotel window. He managed to stay in the game, but handed his first loss of the season. The lingering injury was surely a factor the following weeks when he fell to an extremely thin turkey.
Dude, even a turkey can kick his ass.
With a fancy slingshot. It wasn't until week
Daffy's
7 that Daffy was
pussy, man. Daffy's a wolf.
Through a minefield, literally.
Constantly getting his ass kicked.
Longtime rival Speedy Gonzalez. With a fortunately soft schedule, he snatched wins from such lesser-known players as the Moon, a bigger turkey, and some guy with a butter knife. With his injury behind him, Daffy changed things up a bit, bombing his opponents with an aerial display so awesome, fans swore it must have been on the ground. But it wasn't. It was in the air. Oh, wait, let me check my notes. Yes, the air. Definitely in the air. Daffy then used his momentum to catapult himself into the playoffs, where as fate would have it, he once again met former teammate and longtime friend Porky Pig. This time they were playing for the conference championship and a trip to the big game. With his injury well healed, Daffy left nothing to chance. Fans who witnessed the onslaught,
fucking treacherous swine, he betrays his friend.
Daffy's speed was superhuman, or super duck. That's even a word. He routed Porky by a score of 43-0. Now clearly in top form, Daffy heads to the big game to face a foe who's always gotten the best of him. Even his own fans are asking the question, does Daffy have what it takes to finally win a big one? Or is he, as Grace charged, just a lucky duck?
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out. So they got little animations here, kind of like what they do for real football. Kind of clever, pretty clever, you know. Yeah. So just to remind people, this is like what kids would watch instead of the Super Bowl, because we didn't really care about the Super Bowl, and Cartoon Network knew this, so they made this for us, and me and friends would have parties like actual Super Bowl with snacks and shit.
John Madden.
That's not John
Can
Madden.
you believe this is happening? A stirring rendition of the national anthem. I don't care what anyone
How
says.
awesome would that
Crack
be?
rule.
Brack actually
And
saying
you
the
can
national
expect more
anthem at like the
exciting
Super Bowl.
commentary just like that when we return with the kickoff of Big Game 29 right after this.
I would pay lots of money to see that.
I'm Pat Summerall alongside John Madden.
John Madden,
There's
John
the
Madden,
kickoff,
John
and we're
Madden.
underway, and Bugs is moving in. You better watch it, Pat. It looks like we've got a muddy field today. And those big
John Madden
TVs are
doesn't have
making
enough
serious
being
ground.
on
That's not good if
thousands
you're
of
trying to
video
avoid
game
Elmer
covers.
Fudd. Or if you just mop. Wait, hold the phone. That's not
Oh,
Bugs.
it's the psych out.
Daffy, setting a trail right to Bugs' rabbit hole. Elmer on field. We're not even a minute into the game, and he's already going to the run gun. We're like a walk gun. Or maybe a truck.
Well, wait, this is supposed to be Daffy versus
behind a rock. Bugs appears
Bugs.
and
Why is
Daffy scores.
Elmer Fudd?
Bud takes control with a catchphrase recovery. A good start by Daffy. But look at this. You'd think a bullet goes side to side would just make a smooth groove across. But here it's made a bunch of separate grooves. Like he was shot from some different angles. Maybe Elmer
This little
wasn't the
animation they
lone
do is
gunman.
funny.
And look at this mailbox.
Like it's a real
It doesn't
game.
have a flag. How's a mailman supposed to know when to pick up the mail? Maybe it's
Like
on
the
the other
fucking
side. I bet Neighbor Kid stole it. Neighbor Kid. Last Halloween, they mushed by jack-o'-lantern. You know, Pat, with clever bait like this, it's no wonder those other guys writing comics, their announcer team. I heard Cartoon Network was thinking of adding Carrot Top to this show.
No,
That would have been
no, we
one
don't
of
need
the
that.
worst business decisions ever.
Well, at least they're self-aware, and John Madden called it like it is.
With other bad business decisions, like adding Scrappy to Scooby-Doo and not making the Shamrock.
They're all talking shit on
permanent
themselves.
menu item. Don't forget
Yeah, that's a
Big
bad
Brother
decision.
show.
What the fuck?
I already have. Now back to the
Fuck
game.
McDonald's.
There seems to be some controversy as to whether it's rabbit season or duck season. Listen in.
Duck season. Rabbit season.
Classic.
Duck season. Rabbit season. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. I say it's duck season, and I say fire.
Oh, jeez.
You shot himself in the foot on that one. Actually, it was the bill, John. It's true, Pat. But I got to tell you, the signs were there. Watch how Bugs gives a little eye signal when he switches his offense. See? Right there. But Daffy's too caught up in the heat of the moment.
The heat
of the moment. Not happy with Daffy's playing.
Let's try that again.
What's this?
Okay.
Daffy's running the same play.
Time. Right. Rabbit season. Duck season. Rabbit season. Rabbit season. Duck season.
Hedge fund season.
Score. Daffy's got really turned around on that.
Oh, no, that's for
He
Reddit.
doesn't know which way's up or down. Elmer fires again. Out of Boomin.
He's shooting blanks.
No more.
His wife isn't going to be happy.
This can hit Daffy to break Bugs' momentum. Wait, Daffy's going for the gun. He's looking at the wrong end.
What do you know? One bullet left.
Daffy really got scalped on this one. Look at the size of that bullet. Incredible. You said it, Pat. I don't know.
Jesus Christ, it's like a miniature nuke.
Came out of Elmer's gun. Elmer's on the prowl again. There's Bugs. Oh, I think that's Daffy. That's how he's black and has the bill. Well, what about the ears, the big teeth, and the cottontail? No, there's Bugs. He's dressed up as the duck. I thought that was
Elmer Fudd's either blind or absolutely stupid as fuck.
There's Elmer in the shotgun formation. Daffy scored. No, wait a minute. Bugs scored.
Never gonna score.
Both
Never gonna
the
score.
judges are challenging the call. So the refs are going to review that play. Okay, the call stands. Daffy's not happy with the call at all. He's really pulling out Bugs on this one. And Bugs is going back to the playbook. Actually, it's cookbook. This is something. This is calling out ways for Elmer to cook Daffy. What would Emerald say?
Duck Polonaise undeclared.
That sounds pretty
So
good.
basically, all this is just marathon commentary.
The rabbit cookbook. Now this just doesn't make any sense to me. Daffy clearly got this book out of Bugs' rabbit hole. Well, why would Bugs ever have a book called 1,000 Ways to Cook a Rabbit?
1,000 Ways
That's
to
just crazy.
Die. for
I'm not
rabbits.
sure what kind of weird stuff Bugs is into, but this just doesn't make sense to me.
Now the ball's in Daffy's court, and he changes the offense.
Okay.
Elmer hits him with a slam.
Ouch! Didn't even get to see Daffy.
He just Elmer Fudd's gun just to a semi-automatic.
Bugs is on his tail. Bugs on D. He says Elmer's equipment isn't regulation.
A shame, Doc. Hunting rabbits with an elephant gun.
Elephant gun?
That's right, Doc. So why don't you go shoot yourself an elephant? You do, and I'll give you such a pinch.
That's
Good
a
old
smart play
cartoon.
in the part of Bugs. Daffy drafted Elmer.
Gotta love.
Bugs gets elephant to even things up. That elephant will have big game memories to last a lifetime.
They never forget, you know. Elephants.
That's right, Pat.
Last play of the quarter.
Elmer's going deep into Bugs' end zone. Well, what's that?
Boom. What a hottie.
Hold on, Pat. I think that's
Oh yeah.
disguised as a
Elmer
beautiful
Fudd decided to think
I
with his
know.
dick.
This is something. Look at this. Bugs went for the blonde wig, pink sweater, lipstick. That's typical. But look at the little black bows on the ankle. They really set off the race.
I'm looking.
Daffy runs interference, and Bugs goes in for the pass to Elmer.
I would just love a duck dinner.
I wish
Elmer's dumb.
John Madden would narrate my life like a play-by-play.
Ouch!
He'd be bored out of his mind, but it'd still be very entertaining for me.
Humiliating close to the first quarter.
The score is 13-3. Bugs in the lead.
Daffy's strategy to bring in Elmer has really
Short
backfired.
You
word.
said it, John. I never
Here's
knew
the
a bill
story
could be blown off in so
about a
many
duck
different
named Daffy
ways. Like here,
who gets
here,
his face
and look at
constantly blown off.
Let's take a break for some very expensive commercials, and we'll be
Very
back with the
expensive.
second
Thing was
quarter
expensive
of the big game, Bugs versus Daffy.
in a way.
That's up a bit.
He's gone to the run and gun offense, which he learned from Elmer.
We'll see if
Oh
it
shit!
works, but only
Mr.
when
Freeze
it's
just
on.
came in.
A blizzard seems to have brewed up out of nowhere.
Amazing. That's the biggest surprise of the day so far.
It sure is. Another big surprise was you forgetting to wear pants and the
Uh-oh.
complimentary waffles in my dressing room.
Now that was
Another
nice.
lawsuit
Was
that
also surprised by the
John
way
Madden
the
has to
parking
deal with,
attendant gave him.
involving
Maybe that was
indecent
because you forgot
exposure.
to wear your pants.
That could have had something to do with it.
And Daffy is on the move. He catches Bugs off guard, but Bugs doesn't seem fazed. He hops
Oh,
to
now
his
Daffy's
feet,
got the gun.
and there's a brief exchange. Now
See, I don't get why they don't
Daffy's
just shoot him,
holding.
like ask questions
Say,
later.
Holden, he's blatantly grabbing Bugs' jersey. I can't believe the refs aren't calling that.
Bugs reads the play perfectly. He kisses Daffy, and it looks like the run and gun offense has backfired.
Even with the penalty, Bugs saw that play coming all the way. Daffy's just lucky he wasn't injured.
With Daffy still in the attack, Bugs makes use of the decoy defense.
This is
On the attack, more like on the
And
aquatic.
it surprises me because
Ha.
honestly,
Ha.
the Snow Bunny doesn't look that much like him. He looks more like one of those extras from M. Butterfly.
Or a very pale Jack Palance.
I can see that.
Daffy tries to stick him, and I don't think he ever expected this.
That's right. Well, there are a lot of things that you might find under a decoy Snow Bunny. An angry bear is way down the list.
Above Angry Bear on the list of things you might expect to find under a decoy snow bunny are more snow, your keys, or a little man made entirely of wicker and bamboo shoots riding a magical donkey named Mr. Sugar Britches.
I had
What?
one of those as a kid.
You were spoiled. Back to the action
Yeah.
now. Daffy is on the run. It looks like his game plan is falling to pieces.
Yeah, this is actually
before
funny.
our eyes.
Unlike Control Alt Delete, which I
He's
just
going to have to
watched.
pull himself together and fast.
It looks like he may have done that, thanks to a little TNT. And I'm not talking about the cable channel.
No, you're not. Although that is a very entertaining network.
I especially enjoyed reruns of VR.
Me too.
The rabbit
reference
hole
another
has
channel.
started to move, and I don't think Daffy has a clue.
Technically, this should be offside. But as we've seen, these refs aren't calling a lot of penalties.
With the dynamite right behind him, Daffy's going to push the lever down. I can
Lever.
cover my ear.
This was just a bad idea. Daffy has never had good luck with dynamite. And it's not something you want to test in a game as important as this.
Yeah, none of these
Daffy's on the
characters have
move
luck
again.
with dynamite.
Still in a shotgun formation.
He doesn't seem to
I
be
get
paying
it.
attention to any of the signs. And that's where Daffy always gets himself into trouble.
Uh-oh.
He's walked right into another
Sheriff
tracking
Sandy.
offense.
Get
Once
back
it's
here,
complete
Dirty
with an
Dan.
Angry Bear.
Daffy is definitely having a bad bear day. Get it? Bad bear game.
Offside.
Carrot Top when you need him.
I heard it in Branson, Missouri.
Yeah. Where are all the penalty flags that they constantly throw during regular football?
Racing downfield now, but wait. He's taking signs.
I don't get it. He ignores the important signs and reads a sign from his opponent.
Bugs moves fast now, quickly closing the gap. And Daddy's going to take a substantial loss on the play.
Now, that was a focus play from the beginning. Daffy should have just gone down early, and he might not have given up the big yardage.
Moving down the field once again. Daffy is in Bugs' red zone.
I've always wondered why they call it the red zone.
Quiet
It's not red. Wouldn't a more exciting name?
It's not a loud avalanche. It's a quiet avalanche. Those little ones that are the deadly ones because you can't hear them coming. I'm glad they put that sign there.
Let's listen to the exchange on the field.
Is it okay to talk yet?
That's a devastating play for Daffy, especially when he was so close to scoring.
Bugs is moving down the field once again with Daffy right behind him.
I'm not sure why
Bunny's in the trees, 12 o'clock.
Formation. Not only hasn't it worked yet, but last time it blew right up in his face.
Daffy's in motion. Now he's running a flare pattern, but he's having some sort of a meltdown.
Amazing. Daffy just froze and let Bugs break down the field.
He just pulled a Ace Ventura 2.
But Bugs is ready.
Crawled out of the Ryan's ass.
Wow. That's exactly what the pros mean when they talk about having a solid front line. Daffy never stood a chance of getting through there.
Getting close to the end of the first half, and Daffy wastes no time getting back to the line of scrimmage.
Daffy should be called for intentional grounding, but the refs wouldn't call it.
I can't figure out what the refs are watching.
Could be last year's big game. Coyotes.
That's what they're watching.
Or maybe on the waterfront. I love
They're watching something
else.
else.
Be watching the clouds roll away.
Maybe,
paint dry.
But that's only likely if they're sitting on the dock of the bay. Back to the play now, and the ball has come loose.
What is Bud doing?
Sitting on the dock of the bay.
He must have a plan. The ball is up in the air and heading for Daffy. 3 Bears pop up.
Oh man, he's just getting mauled.
I can't believe it. Bugs is already heading to the locker room for the half. He's not even going to stay in the field.
And Daffy is going to let the clock run out and hope that those Bears don't eat him. So the half ends with the score Bugs Bunny 20. Daffy Duck.
Yeah, Daffy's fucked.
Coming up, we'll have our halftime show extravaganza.
Oh, we got a halftime show. I wonder who it's going to be.
We'll be back with
if there's going to be a wardrobe malfunction. Let's rock. Rock's dead. Synthesizers are the new wave. Oh.
What a first half. It had drama, it had excitement, it had romance. Well, kissing anyway. The only thing it didn't have was 2 evenly matched opponents.
Didn't have boobs either.
These 2 players don't even belong on the same field today. Bugs has earned his spot out there, but Daffy, he's playing like he belongs to the petting zoo for has-been ducks.
Ouch.
Well, I'll try to throw Daffy a few breadcrumbs. The refs haven't been calling a lot of penalties.
Dollar value,
no, Daffy
Arnett.
loves the cheap. So he could use this to his advantage, but the weather, which no one could have expected, has been a real setback for Daffy. He's spastic out there while Bugs is taken to the snow like
maybe Daffy needs to get back to his home turf, a pond perhaps.
Well, it's obvious
that was an
that
airplane.
feet don't work very well on ice. All I know is if something doesn't change, we could be looking at another blowout.
There's another factor you did mention, Chris, and that's Elmer. I've said it before.
Yeah,
he's a
was supposed to be
card, and I
on the
like
field.
what he can bring to the game. If Daffy can figure out how to use Elmer, he can see
Yeah,
a
I
very
guess retirement
different
didn't
second
sit
half.
well for Dan
Jerry, as
Marino.
Daffy's only pregame fan, you seem noticeably subdued right now.
I'm just wondering, is it too late to change my vote?
Hey, you do that, and I'm going to give
No,
you
you have to stay or else you will get paid
I'll
in
stay
full.
with Daffy. Heck, you never know.
Let's go now to our halftime show extravaganza featuring one of America's favorite female pop stars.
Is it Britney Spears?
Christine Aguilera?
Madonna?
I know. It's Rosemary Clooney.
Easy, fellas. You'll have time to scream and tear at your hair soon enough. It's time for the show.
Oh.
And now, the Big Game Halftime Show, sponsored by Scooby Snacks. Try our new extreme flavors.
Yeah, can't believe Scooby would risk his life over some dog biscuits.
Stage left exits. When you have to get out in a hurry, exit stage left.
All right.
Pepe Le Pew body spray. The ladies say, ooh, when you
60% of the time, it works all the time.
Chemical X. LegionofDoom.net. Serving all your world domination needs online. Red Guy's Pork Butts. The other red meat. Bill's. Supplying duck bills to death for over 40 years. America's hottest boy band, In Tune, with their single, Baby, I'm Drawn to You.
I would buy all the records they existed.
Other fine vegetable. Nothing leavens up a party like suffering. Spike. He's a really big dog. Spike. The Carrot Board.
The Carrot Board of America.
Those spinach farmers got carrot. Jellystone Park. Our best talk.
Yeah, and they're annoying as hell.
The Gary Coleman cartoon.
I actually remember that.
This is a cartoon.
Oh my god, I remember that.
Standard prizes. We didn't
Fucking
make the
Gary
quantum drive
Coleman show.
holograph. We made the quantum drive
Oh
holograph
god.
better. MyAcmeOnline.com.
Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll watch that one of these
And the
days.
First National Bank of Bedrock, keeping your stone safe for over 600,000 years.
Keep it.
And now, the Big Game Halftime Show. Ladies and gentlemen,
We missed it because of all those ads.
Queen of pop music,
Oh shit. She's dressed like Britney Spears, so I think they're trying to say that Britney Spears is fat, and she's not. Or they're just being assholes and random. Oh yeah, shake that her bitch. Oh yeah, look at that. Told you there was gonna be a wardrobe malfunction. So there's been several. Everybody all leaving the stadium like, I'm out here.
I'm a naughty girl.
I wish all halftime shows that short.
That's just about the best halftime show I've ever seen. Great sponsors and a dancing cow. That was great. Cow opened strong with some hot lead vocals. Had solid secondary support from his top-grade stadium acoustics. That helped keep everything moving towards a touching finale.
She's another hottie. The second half is now underway, and it looks like Daffy is going back to his original strategy. He's got Elmer covered, and he's trying to draw Bugs out in the flat. Elmer shoots, and Daffy scores.
Elmer can't aim shit.
This is a good call by Daffy. This play worked well for him to open again.
Yeah, put him down, old Yeller style.
Dance with the one you brung.
That's true. You do always say that. Other things John always says are, I can't find my socks. Watch your back, Gomer. And are you going to finish that?
Wow, your stats guy really knows his stuff.
He also says, I'll give you $2,000 if you don't say
Back
anything.
down to the field where Daffy's in the hurry-up offense.
I don't know if John Madden's
Brutal.
rapist. I don't think so.
Ruthless.
He could be.
Unsavory.
That was a devastating series of downs for Daffy, just as he was getting his game back together.
Bugs on the attack now, mixing it up with Elmer. Let's listen in.
Oh, he's under house arrest.
Fricassee and Wabbit. Have you got a Fricassee and Wabbit license?
Fricassee.
Oh, no. Do you happen to know what the penalty is for shooting Fricassee and Wabbit without a Fricassee and Wabbit license?
20 years in gulag.
Refs are penalizing Bugs for unsportsmanlike conduct.
That they're upset with him for using the word fricassee. And frankly, that's surprising. I mean, it's a word that Emerald Lagasse uses all the time.
It sure is. In fact, Emerald has other phrases that are far more questionable.
Like bam.
Gotcha. Grease the pan. That's a spicy meatball. Blackened snapper. and nice gherkin.
Questionable.
Was just testing the rest.
Oh.
Players are moving down the field now, but Daffy suddenly breaks away. He's in the clear, going deep, and he stops.
Gets
I'm
brain
not even
damage.
sure what kind of play Bugs ran there. There was some kind of misdirection, and Daffy fell right for it.
Back to the no-huddle offense, and Daffy's in motion. But once again, he misses the sign, and it looks like he's in trouble.
Daffy should be thrown for a serious loss. He's run smack into a giant, abominable snow monster. He's going to have to think fast to get out of this one.
There aren't many things that are worse to run into than a giant, abominable snow monster, but there are few.
That's right, Matt. They include two giant, abominable snow monsters. That guy from the Halloween movies, the original cast of Silver Spoon, and a really angry ferret. But even then, giant, abominable snow monster is way up there.
Daffy looks like he's shaken up on the play.
Oh my God.
And now he's really taking a spanking.
Ooh,
Daffy runs a reverse.
Now this is a nice play. Just walks right into that one, and Daffy picked up an easy score.
It's not over yet. The giant, abominable snow monster is coming on, and is hit hard. But he scrambles out from underneath the stack and moves down the
Daffy's just
field.
talking to himself. PTSD is taking over. Can't handle it anymore. They're making these cartoons fight to the death, and neither one of them consented. It's like the Thunderdome.
Bugs runs his play. The ears are up. And the trick is good. Bugs score.
That giant, abominable snow monster is having a field day with that. I think I just
Me too.
That's something Daffy should be more careful about.
You know it, Pat. You got to watch the snap.
Daffy breaks free again. And as the third quarter winds down, he sends the giant, abominable snow monster on his way.
He didn't do anything. Okay.
It looks like we could be in for a change of location for the fourth quarter.
I mentioned that I kind of like saying giant, abominable snow monster. To be honest, I find it kind of annoying at first, but now I'm really into it.
I don't know.
In fact, I think I'll look for a way to work it into my everyday conversation. Like, what's up, giant, abominable snow monster? Or nice move, you giant, abominable snow monster, you?
Conventional uses for giant, abominable snow monster. Yeah, mauling people from the inside out. Oh shit, Daffy's actually catching up.
The score, Bugs Bunny 27,
this isn't going to be a blowout like
Daffy
last year.
14. And we'll be right back for these very special and expensive big game commercials. Then Bugs is starting to relax.
Which we didn't
and I don't
see.
like it, Pat. Bugs has got to remember that it isn't over until the fat lady sings.
Or at least hums very loudly. Daffy's on the move. He pops through a hole and gets sacked by Bugs.
Daffy seems stunned. He's got no idea what's going on.
The giant, abominable snow monster.
The snow monster is just taking a molly. Now he can stop sweating.
I'm surprised giant, abominable snow monster is still out there. I figured in heat like this, he'd be a washout.
Oh,
good call,
he melted.
Daffy seems to have taken to him like a duck to water, putting an end to Bugs' scoring drive.
The giant, abominable snow monster has completely melted.
I don't know how that's possible because he's flesh and blood and fur, but
all that was
okay.
left to him was a corncob pipe and a button nose.
They never said he was Frosty the Snowman.
John. Those eyes made out of coal, staring right through you. It's too horrible to remember.
And the thing about the giant, abominable snow monster, he really wasn't that abominable.
Yeah,
he was actually pretty friendly.
And fouls all
He
over the
used to
place,
hold me, squeeze me.
I think that they were to have foul and penalties.
He did that to everyone.
You'd be here all day.
Daffy's putting down the field now, but Bugs has him on the ropes.
That's what's great about Daffy. He's not going to let a little thing like the lack of a boat stop him from using an outboard motor.
Daffy scrambled. He's up in the air and thrown to the ground for another loss. And as if to add salt to the wound, Bugs is going to hop right over Daffy wearing a pair of springs on his feet.
What's a rabbit?
Go gadget, Bugs Bunny. Spring
it's part of his
things.
merchandising agreement.
Ka-ching, ching. That's a nice beat. I could dance to that. Ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching.
Daffy looking for the key to winning this game, but not finding
it.
I don't get it, Pat. The sign clearly says to start Avalanche, pull Keystone. What's he thinking? At this rate, Daffy's going to lose by a landslide.
Now Daffy's saying some sort of tree catapult thingy.
This looks like something out of the Wile E. Coyote playbook.
Daffy goes long and gets stopped.
by a mountain. This is getting more predictable than a Scooby-Doo episode. Why on earth did he slam himself into the mountain?
Because it was there. Daffy trying desperately to get the lead.
I'm ahead, and I'm going to stay ahead. I'm way out in front.
He needs to watch where he's going, Pat. See, he's running out of bounds.
Walk on it. An Indiana Jones movie where he crosses the invisible bridge.
Good observation by Buck. Why isn't Daffy using his God-given natural flying advantage?
Yeah.
We've seen it work so well for other players.
Thank you, John
like
Madden.
Tweety versus Sylvester in '99. A little flapping could have really saved him from this fall.
Daffy's driving through with a scooter.
Wings! He has wings! Wings are better than a scooter.
Seriously, thank you, John
on the
Madden.
run.
The only one with common sense
He's
here.
about 25 years older than our average viewer.
Sorry. Daffy plows through Bugs and scores.
Now, Daffy may not win this thing, but he's certainly not going to quietly.
But before he can do his victory dance, Daffy falls into the drink.
Out of bounds. Take a salt tablet. Hit the showers. You'll be
Now,
fine.
we've seen both players use signs to trick and mislead their opponent during the game. Rabbit season, mongoose season, or in here quick when it's a Bears case. But here, Bugs fooled Daffy by having a sign that told the truth. He tricked Daffy with honesty.
It really is the best policy. Bugs running the
Dishonest.
score in this TV center. And now Daffy's packing out the jetpack.
That's a
Look at this,
jetpack?
Pat. It's not an Acme brand jetpack. It's generic. Daffy's learning how to stretch a buck.
Daffy flies
That's
in
the Dollar
sky
Tree
with
brand.
Tackles Bugs.
What's up, Doc?
Whoops, gas trouble. He's still got him wrapped up as they head into the antique gas shop.
This is like the proverbial bull in a china shop, except it's a duck and a rabbit in an antique glass shop.
And out, Daffy scores.
You know, I hate it when they put that extra PE on the word shop.
Yeah, me too.
Both players are heavily injured, and Dexter is called a timeout.
I think Dexter's getting nervous. There's an outside chance.
Oh, yeah,
Daffy
Dexter's
can turn
one of
this
their
thing around.
coaches.
Right.
God.
Daffy's going to beat Bugs Bunny.
Hey, I'm just trying to create some drama here.
Last play of the game, and Daffy's returning to dance with the one who brung it.
This is a Hail Mary play if I've ever seen one.
Elmer fires into the hole. Daffy scores and ties it up. Unbelievable.
But this won't last long. Any second, Bugs is going to pop out of that hole and finish this off.
Elmer looks.
He just pops out like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger with a minigun and just blows him away. I mean, if these cartoons are going to be violent, they might as well go the extra mile. Whoa.
Dexter's going nuts.
What a comeback.
Dexter is going to demand a recount. The clock is about to run out. 10, 9, 8.
What could Bugs be? His comp timing is usually impeccable.
3, 2, 1. And that's it. The game is over, and Daffy's won. Daffy Duck
Wow.
has won the big game.
Oh, the humanity. Pinch me, Pat. I'm dreaming.
Wow.
Ow, Pat.
You said pinch you.
Can you hear the Daffy fans? This is truly the best
Well, they had to
upset
make
in
it. They had to
history.
switch
Do
it
you
up
believe in
originally. 'Cause,
Mallard?
no,
Do you believe
the
in
obvious
Mallard?
choice always
I know
won
where
in the
Daffy's
past.
going. He's going to dig. No way. I don't know where he's going.
Elmer and Daffy can't believe they won either.
He just bailed.
Elmer's still firing. Daffy's still shaking his head in shock.
I can't believe it. Let's go back to the boys in the studio for some analysis. I'm going to go down to the field and run like a crazy man.
I'm with you there, Pat.
Our final score for this historic game, Daffy Duck 37, Bugs Bunny 31. For John Madden, I'm Pat Summerall.
Yeah, there were riots when he lost. I don't know if you remember that, but the giant Cartoon Network riots.
You gotta be kidding me.
This can't be. It just can't be.
I was right. In your face, Daffy, baby. Daffy rocks.
Well,
What Lynn is trying to say is this game seems to be over.
He just lost his entire paycheck.
Well,
All the
this
money
is
he
one
made from
heck
this.
of a big game.
went
Another
down the
victory
tube.
for Bugs, his 7th, and
What you
another
get when you
crucial
gamble.
loss for Daffy.
On cartoon
Dan,
characters.
Daffy won. Bugs lost.
But I don't have any script prepared for Daffy.
You don't need scripts. You were right. The Elmer factor actually was a factor. Daffy used that to win the game.
Right.
cheated.
That's what I meant.
I'm gonna lose a bundle on this game.
You know, in all of my 32 years of broadcasting, I have never seen anything like this.
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't because you're
the millennium.
Wait a second. Wait a
desperate
second.
for money.
Jerry changed his pick at halftime. I remember that.
Oh, I did. You wouldn't let me.
Come on, Len. Something is wrong. Something is definitely wrong. This has got to be some kind of stunt by Bugs. Can we just check back on a film? Sure, nothing has changed.
Nope, no action down there.
You get an aneurysm and just
looks
die?
like this final is final.
I'm the champion, the Lone Ranger.
I think I'm going to be sick.
Hey, Nick, I remember somebody saying they'd wear a dress if Daffy
Oh,
won.
yeah.
I remember it was Lenny.
Oh, Lenny, my eye. I got the dress for you right here, Nick.
No.
There it is.
Oh, is this strapless?
Well, it looks like we're winding down here on the big game 29. Once again, the final score, Daffy. Are we sure about this?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Okay, final score, Daffy Duck 37, Bugs Bunny 31. For all of us here at Cartoon Network Sports, thanks for watching and good night.
All right, well, that was it. There's actually a couple more, but it's just the credits. See you later then.